What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory. First things first, I've only got 200,000 coins left. I sold a lot of this stuff that I bought and invested in and hoped to sell for good money. Made some good profit off of that. I bought Busquets for 72k, sold him for 85. We sold Ashley Young, we sold David De Gea for almost 800,000 coins. Sold a lot more players here and we should now hopefully, as Kobayashi sold for 65k as well, we should now hopefully start to get rid of some of the these cards, the ones to watches, the man of the matches, and so on and so forth, because the Mbappe and Neymar SBCs are out and they require them. Now sadly, they all require really high rated squads, which means the 83s, 82s, 81s might not sell. But the 84s, 85s and above really should sell for some good profit. So it's time now, as you can see by my trade pile, to cash out. The FUT birthday card's not required, so we're going to hang on to them for the time being. I've completed another daily objective. Now, I don't know if these cards are going to go up to the dizzy heights that I hope they would go up to, because they've been around for so long, and this Mbappe and Neymar are so expensive and so just outrageously priced that I don't think many people are going to do them, especially given the fact that in 2 weeks' time, or even less than 2 weeks' time now, they're going to have their Team of the Season versions, which will be identical, and those are the cards that will get bought and will probably be cheaper for what you can actually complete them for. But as I said, there are to complete some of them. So like for Neymar, for example, here you need 2 Team of the Weeks, 2 One to Watch or Team of the Tournaments, but 10 French League players. So obviously I think this is a brick slot as well with Neymar in there. So only the ones to watch and Team of the Tournament players from the French League are going to have boomed in price here. What else do we need? Team of the Season, Liga Santander, Team of the Season, and an informed Neymar. But for Mbappe, Mbappe was actually a bit different. You don't need like a French League team. You need 1 Team of the Week, 1 Team of the Tournament, 1 ones to watch, 1 man of the match. But because it's an overall 87 rated squad, it's quite I don't know if this is the time where these are gonna sell, you know. But I'm gonna list them up, hope for some lazy buyers and such, and just see where it goes. But we have upgraded the squad, guys, and as you can probably tell by the title, we went and bought Luis Suarez. Now, Luis Suarez was as low as 1.4 million coins yesterday. I wasn't really interested in purchasing him yesterday, so I didn't really look at his price. I bought him for 1.5 million myself. I converted him down to a CM. He is fresh, and you'll see here he's probably like 1.3 now, knowing my luck. 1.5, 1.5 is still where he's at. And I bought him because I went and bought Jordi Alba as well, 380,000 coins. We had Ramos, and I've got a Dan in goal. I did buy Ter Stegen. I want to use a Dan first to know how I feel about him, because if I think that he's a good goalkeeper and I get on well with him, then I'll keep him. I'll sell Ter Stegen and we'll unlock another 200,000 or so coins that will go in the club. If I don't like a Dan, we'll rinse a Dan in the SBC again on Tuesday and we'll use Ter Stegen instead. This now leaves me with quite a few untradeable Team of the Seasons. What else have we got going on in the club? I've got another Arias in the club. I mean, I've still got hundreds of thousands of coins in the club. In just players alone, we've got hundreds of thousands of coins sellable. And then in... so I don't have any more Team of the Seasons or anything good untradeable. That's fair enough. So in players alone, I've got a lot of coins, and I've got about... I want to say at least like 300,000 to 400,000 coins, maybe even 500,000 coins in consumables, because I've still got a lot of Anchor Chem styles that I need to get rid of, which I'll get rid of on Monday and Tuesday when Party or Marty, whichever one is the DKT player. That will require a lot of Anchor Chem styles. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we've got untradeable Kaka, Rooney, Vertonghen, Dele Alli, Callejon, Malcolm and Zaha. A 4 untradeable bench. And a great bench, a good bench. So the way my squad is going to line up is going to be in the 4-4-2-2 variant. The defence will stay the same. Fernandinho and Hull at CDM, Suarez and De Bruyne at striker, Son and Sané on the wings. And I just wanted to show you guys the fact that I bought these cards. I've changed the team. This is a great team. I will be disappointed if I don't win lots of games all the time with this team. And so this is the squad. Let's go and get into some FUT Champs games. There's not long left. I'm still 10-0. I'll show you guys here. So there's less than 10 hours left at the moment. It's already 11 PM UK time at the time I'm recording this. So 9 hours left. I've got 30 games. I won't get through many games, but even if I get 5 or 8 games for this video, I'll be happy with that, just to see how this team performs against hopefully better, higher ELO ranked players. So that, guys, is the squad. Let's get into the action. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, we have got 10 games for you guys. Lots of content, about 20 minutes of gameplay. And I tell you something, man, I enjoyed playing FIFA because I wasn't playing FIFA. I'm going to ruin the results. We finished... Mute if you don't want to hear. We finished 17-3, which I'm quite happy with, actually. The 3 games that we lost by 1 goal. I'll talk about those a little bit more towards the back end of the gameplay. I tweeted out, obviously, that I finished 17-3, and I had a lot of people say, you know, why not just go to 18 wins? And the reason why I decided to stop at 17-3 is because at 17-3, I was quite tired. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and a 20-game segment for me, 10 games in a row, which is what I played, was a good amount of me before I started getting, you know, fatigued through playing FIFA and just letting it all fall apart. And I said to myself at 17-3, I thought, man, I could sit here and play like to get 1 more win, but I thought, what if I lose 2 in a row, which wouldn't be unreasonable because I was playing incredible teams and incredible players. And I thought, what if I lose 2 in a row and it takes me 3 or 4 games, then all of a sudden it's going to be 5 AM and that's just far too late. And I thought about why I started playing Foot Champs again. And I started playing Foot Champs again because I want to play FIFA. And for me, Foot Champs is about playing FIFA to have fun with playing FIFA, not about playing FIFA to generate the rewards. So if I went to the 18th win, I would have been going against my own values of playing this for fun, because at that point I would have then again made it about the rewards. And at the moment I make it about the rewards, that's the moment where I stop having fun in FIFA again. At the moment I start worrying about my win-loss ratio and about what rank I get to, that's when I turn around and say, this game is just really triggering to me. So I played whilst I was just having fun. And man, I had a lot of fun with this team. And you'll see in all 3 of the games, let me talk about the games that I lost right now. In all 3 of the games, I lost by 1 goal. I lost 4-3, 4-3, and 3-2. In all 3, in 2 of the 3 games, I actually dominated the game. I had far more possession, far more chances from much better areas, and I conceded goals I'm struggling with at this stage in FIFA, where I concede goals from counter-attacks after just 1 or 2 passes. You know, I lose possession of the ball in my opponent's third, and, you know, no more than 5 to 8 real-life seconds later, I've conceded a goal. And it's something that at this stage in FIFA, I really should have, figured out by now, but I haven't. And it's definitely the next area of gameplay that I need to focus on, because I think playing against different styles of players I've figured out now. Whether you play defensive, park the bus, whether you let the AI defend for you, no matter what you do when I'm in control of the ball, I know that I can score goals, as shown by the fact that those games that I lost, I scored 3 in 2 of them and I scored 2 in 1 of them. My problem now isn't necessarily conceding goals, it's conceding goals off of my own possession. So that's something I need to work on. In 2 of the games that I lost, I gave away 2 very silly goals I didn't need to give away that changed dramatically the output of the game, and you'll see them. I gave away just a silly pass and from a throw-in, and a silly pass from me having possession with one of my fullbacks, and I'll point them out when they come. So that was annoying, because that was me losing off of my own mistakes, off of human errors, and I shouldn't be making those mistakes again this late into FIFA. After playing FIFA for this much, I shouldn't be making those mistakes, but of course I did, so that sucks. There was also one of the games that I lost where 2 of the guys' goals I put in like solid tackles, and the ball popped back to him, you know, 2 or 3 times, and I concede there. And those RNG chances are just really frustrating. And in fact, one of the games I lost because of a goal where the guy fouled my Heung-min Son. I think it was 2-2, or maybe I was 2-1 down. He blatantly fouls my Heung-min Son, wipes me out, and then just goes and scores from it. And it's not one of those ones where you're like, oh no, maybe he won the ball, or oh no, maybe that was just a shoulder barge. He just slid through and took me out, and you guys will see it. You'll see it here. So that put me to 12-0, or maybe 13-0, and we go into the next game. But let's get into the comments, guys. First comment is from Michael TOTS. Says, I literally can't believe how good team of the season Son is. If I play 40 games, I get gold 2. My Son has over 2.0 ratio of goals to games. He's the best player I've used in any FIFA, and I absolutely agree with that. And my record with Son has actually gone down since I started using him as a right mid. Now that we're playing the 4-4-2-2, I use Son out there on that right-hand side or on that left-hand side sometimes, depending if I want Sané on that right-hand side. And so his interactions with the team and with the game have gone down. But yeah, when I played him at striker, he was over a 2-goal or assist per game ratio, which is just magnificent. Jamie Smith says, hey Nep, it's a bit dumb that the La Liga team of the season SBC was more than the Premier League. Should have been 83 instead of 84 because it's way too expensive. Also, do you think Salah will get a record breaker card for scoring the most goals in a 38-game season? Was Salah also won Player of the Season? So I wonder if Salah gets some kind of special card as a 99 rated, perhaps because of the Player of the Season or because of the record breaker. So that's something that's interesting. In terms of the SBC, why I think it was 84 instead of 83, I think that's just because of the level of free Team of the Seasons that we're getting now is much higher rated. So the rest of the world SBC that we still do for an 83 rated is giving us 87s and 86s instead of 84s and 85s or whatever it was. And then next week's obviously is even higher rated. The Valeri that you can get from playing squad battles is, I think it's an 87. I think it's either an 87 or an 88 rated card. Valeri, yeah, it's an 88. So you get an 88 rated Team of the Season for free. And so because of things like this, I think EA are saying, okay, we're giving out such high rated Team of the Seasons now that you can turn these in, and even though, you know, putting an 88 Valeri into an 83 rated squad would make you needing only probably 81s and a couple 82s, and that's probably too cheap in EA's eyes. So I think they upgraded the rating just because the general value and general rating of the Team of the Seasons are also higher ranked and higher rated, making it actually cheaper. For me personally, I'm going to use... I used Adan in some of these games. I didn't like Adan. I thought he was weak. His diving was pretty poor. He parried a lot of chances, and the ball hit him a lot and either went in or went out for a corner, and after just hitting him. So he wasn't catching things properly. So I didn't quite like him. So for me, on Tuesday, I get to put my Adan in as a 92 rated card in an 84 rated squad. So I'm going to be able to use probably just 80 rated players for the rest of it, making me get a new Team of the Season for exceptionally cheap. Now, of course, I'll be disappointed if I pack Adan again. But that is the case. That's why I think they did that. Next comment is from Lord Baron Sir Hayden. Says you could try Adan for 10 games. If he's good, keep using him and sell De Gea. If he's bad, keep De Gea and store Adan for an icon SBC. So what I've decided to do, which I think you saw at the start of this video, is I also bought Ter Stegen. So I'm going to use Adan. I think I'm going to use Adan. I don't know. I'm probably going to use Adan in the Tuesday SBC. I would just be gutted if I got another Adan. And yeah, I sold De Gea, I bought Ter Stegen, I bought Luis Suarez, I bought Jordi Alba, and I'm going to use Adan to get the next La Liga Team of the Season card. Ryan Moss says, I keep getting such unusable and unwanted players. Pope, Vertonghen, who sucks, and now Oblak, who I can't link. I disagree with Vertonghen. I think Vertonghen was absolutely phenomenal. Then I see people packing Suarez and Salah and Sané, just depressing. I feel you, dude. I want some of those big players too, but you just got to make the best of a bad situation. So this is the first loss that I took, guys. This guy has a really strong team, a 4-3-1-2 team. Son, Eriksen, De Bruyne as Piliqueta and Davies, Team of the Seasons. Blanc, Ferdinand, Icon. De Gea, of course. Player of the Month, Zaha. And you'll see here, I think I took the first goal. I actually wanted to look at this game and talk you through where I got my frustrations from in this game. Score a good first goal with Heung-min Son. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my opponent was bad. He wasn't. There's one of my first mistakes. A really weak pass, giving this guy possession of the ball. Christian Eriksen gets the loose ball. I get an interception there and it pops back to him. And then he scores a nice goal with Heung-min Son. Good finish. And as I say, I'm not saying these opponents I'm playing were bad. He had a great team and he was a great player. He was definitely an elite standard player. But yeah, it was a really silly pass from me to give up possession. I then hit the post with De Bruyne unluckily. Fernandinho auto slides and passes the ball into this guy's path. And after that, I genuinely just can't get close to him. He plays a really good passing game around my midfielders. De Bruyne back into Son. I try a few tackles and miss them. Back into Christian Eriksen. Gets it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Zaha. And Zaha finishes. And that is a fantastic goal. But it came from just, a counter-attack from me having the ball in the opposing third. And this is what I was saying earlier on. I concede so many goals after being in good goal-scoring areas. And I can't believe that this late in FIFA, I still haven't figured out how to stop it. So that's quite frustrating. And this here, look at that. How's that not a foul? He literally sideswipes Heung-min Son there off of the ball, wins the ball back unfairly, and then ends up going and scoring. And I think I even get a tackle in again here as well. I think, does the ball hit me? No, it doesn't. But he scores off of fouling me. Now, okay, it's only the 35th minute. There's plenty of time left in this game. I end up getting it back to 3-3 as well. But still, if that goal never happens, and instead of me pulling it back to 3-3, I go up 3-2, it's an entirely different game. You know, it's just a different world. Instead, I pull it back to 3-3, and now we're back at square one again. And sadly, this guy was the guy that ended up scoring the 4th goal. Again, a good passing move from him, but again, I'm putting in tackles, and these are those times where you want your players to auto lunge. There's one good tackle on Ericsson, the ball pops straight back to him. If Hullet auto lunges there, he gets the ball. If Ramos auto lunges when he scoops turns, he gets the ball. And it's really weird in FIFA how when you don't want them to auto lunge, they do, and when you do want them to auto lunge, they don't. But that guy won 4-3, and fair play to him. He played well. You'll see, like, I had some good shots from good areas. It was an even game for possession, like chances. But look where my shots are from. Like I put in good attacking plays, and I got rewarded from 3 goals. And I was unlucky to hit the post with De Bruyne, and I was unlucky to concede that goal after he fouled Heung-min Son. But my problem isn't that I'm scoring goals or that I'm not scoring goals. My problem is that I leak goals from mistakes, and that for me is quite frustrating. The next comment is from Tarun Matthew. He says, "Hey Nep, do you think doing all the league guaranteed team of the season SBCs is the logical thing to do? Love the work and love the content and keep up the great work." I do think it's logical to do, because like with me, if you get one that you don't like or you don't want, you can just use them in the next one to massively reduce the value and the cost of the next one. And then hopefully eventually you'll get a usable good player that you genuinely enjoy. Joseph Green says, "Nep, do you ever use a minimap at the bottom of the screen? Because I don't. I was wondering if you could give me an advantage, like so Nep can see." I do use a minimap quite a lot, actually, dude. Yeah, in fact, it's quite important to how I play this game. I was thinking about one thing, though. One of the things I struggle with defensively is not seeing passes that my opponents see. I used to use co-op camera because it was like more zoomed out on the field and you could see more. But for video purposes, it's not great. And when you're used to an adjustment with a camera in this game, changing that has vast implications. And so I tried co-op again last week, and I just couldn't get used to it. Like, you genuinely have to play different. It's a different world. And so after that, this is the next guy that we lost to as well, by the way, guys. After that, I sit there and I wonder, sometimes I get passes into my back line where a player's open, and I can't even see the guy that's there. So in terms of not only the minimap, I wonder if changing my camera would actually give me an advantage, off the back of the fact that I would be able to see more of the play, so I'd be quicker to react defensively and quicker to react offensively. So I might try that this week in Division 1, is trying out a new camera, taking my time, getting adjusted to it. And here's another game. So this is the second game that I lost, like I said, and this is the second one that frustrated me for 2 reasons. Number one, because I gave away stupid possession for one of the goals that I didn't need to do. But number two, because I tackled this guy a couple of times for one of his goals, and he still managed to score from it. But that first and second goal from him were just good, well-earned goals. This is my mistake here. Is this my mistake? No, it goes down the left-hand side here. No, I think, do I win the ball back here, or is it the next game that I made the mistake? No, that's just a good goal. That's his 3rd good goal. Fair play on that. That's 3 good goals. I wonder why I put this game in. Wonder why I had this game in my mind as one that I was frustrated to lose. Or not frustrated to lose, but you know what I'm saying. Like, where I felt like I could have done better. So I put it back to 3-2. I think this guy goes, yeah, this is where it annoyed me. This guy goes immediately 4-2 up off a kickoff after I tackle him perfectly in the defensive third. Look at that. I tackle him with Jordi Alba, and his Lozano somehow manages to get the ball back. 2 passes later, he scores. And when you're fighting hard with a good player, and those little bounces go against you, it's really hard to take. It's really hard to sit there and say, okay, I lost this on RNG, not on skill. To a degree. Of course, this guy was good enough to score 4 goals in the whole sense, but you'll see again, this is one of those games that I dominated this game. I had way more opportunities, more possession, better passing, and my opportunities were from great areas, and I just was unable to take them. His keeper, David De Gea, made wonder save after wonder save. But yeah, that one time at 3-2 down, I end up scoring a third. That could be 3-3. The game could change. But after a good tackle, it pops back to him, and 2 passes later, it scores. It's just that game where you sit there and you think, God damn, man, that was hard. It's just hard to take sometimes. You know, it's genuinely just hard to take. Into the next game we go. I think I end up beating this guy. FPL Maestro says, bro, you're ripping people a new one. GG's. And this team is a big part of that. My team is almost as complete as a team could be. I think the only real difference I could make to this team is possibly getting R9 into the team, the Prime R9. But even then, like, De Bruyne and Suarez are outrageous. You know, Son and Sané are outrageous. I'd probably say the only thing I could really do is get R9 in instead of Sané. That would be a true upgrade. And then getting Prime Maldini and Team of the Year Sergio Ramos, that also would be true upgrades. But outside of that, my team is as good as complete. You know, there aren't many, if any, better players out there. than what I already have. And I've noticed a massive increase in how I'm playing this game and how I'm succeeding in this game based on my team. You know, in previous FUT Champs runs, I would get dicked in some games by 2, 3, 4 goals because my team wasn't good enough. So when I crumble, my team also crumbles, and that's a problem. This is the other game that I lost, by the way, 3-2. And go back to this third goal. I had a throw in. I threw it to my fullback, and then I just passed it to his Ronaldo 20 yards out. And then he put 2 passes later, puts it in the back of the net. And that, for me, is frustrating to concede like that because I shouldn't concede like that. Interestingly enough, this guy actually deserved to beat me. He was the better player throughout the course of the game. I think he had far more chances. My Ter Stegen there made 9 saves. He thoroughly deserved the win over the course of the game. But, again, I conceded a goal that ruled me out of contention for the game because of my own mistakes. And that's very annoying. But, yeah. In terms of like my ability in the game right now, I feel like I'm playing really good FIFA. You know, as I say, I'm 17-3 after 20 games this weekend league, and all 3 losses came narrowly by 1 goal against good opponents that on another day I'll get wins. Specifically for 2 of those games. The 2 games that I lost 4-3 were definitely 2 games that I feel like I should have come away with wins on. The game that I lost 3-2, I feel like I deserved to lose that game. So, you know, if I could just eradicate those mistakes, I'll be even better. But to eradicate those mistakes, I have to play this game 40 games every week, every weekend, and a lot of Division 1 in the week. And I just don't want to do that. So maybe it'll be the World Cup mode where I really improve my gameplay. Maybe it'll be FIFA 19 where I really improve my gameplay. But bottom line is I had fun, and I was playing against, as you guys see, really good teams and really good players every single game. There wasn't a game where I came up against a guy who was just bad with a bad team that I slapped. It just didn't happen. So every game was like really tough and really hard to fight for. Jacqueline De Jong says, you packed Messi and Suarez. Where are they? They're on my Xbox account, dude. This is my Road to Glory account on PlayStation, where I spend no real life money. I have an Xbox account where I spend real life money, and those are that's where I pack those 2. Hunter says, do you have assisted passing turned off? I noticed some of the passes you make are ones that I could never make with assisted passing on. I have assisted passing on as well. The 2 things that you probably don't do that I think of immediately that I do that you might not do is the finesse through ball, which is the R1 triangle or RBY. And what that does is it like literally puts it around a player. So if you've got if you're on the inside of the field and you've got your right winger running down the outside of the fullback and you want to play a through ball, by doing a finesse through ball, it will play it like deep into the space so that you can come around and get it. And the other pass that I do is the driven pass. I don't use it enough. It's so overpowered, especially if you have players with high ball control and high reactions and such. The driven pass is really effective because it's such a hard pass. It's so fast that it just cuts out a lot of the the defending team's players. So there is that. Gulpez says, basically it has a suggestion to try Hullet at right mid. He said that at some of the events you saw a lot of the pro players using Hullet at right mid. And I've toyed with the idea of putting Hullet at right mid. The problem is that he and Fernandinho are so strong in midfield in that CDM roles that much like having Son out at right mid, I think it would also be a waste having Hullet out at right mid. So I would prefer to have Son out there and have Hullet in the middle where I feel like he's more impactful than having Hullet out wide, getting rid of either De Bruyne or Suarez and bringing in a new CDM. I don't think that's something that I would want to do. And then John Stick says, I like the stream to video idea. I just think you might have missed a trick with the extended video length from this conversation. Being able to read a good deal more comments and get into discussions with them. Obviously, I know this is hard with regards to doing a live stream and wanting to engage with those viewers too. Maybe there's a balance to be found. Keep up the fantastic work, my dude. And thank you for the kind words, dude. And yeah, you're right. I'll try over the next few weeks to find a good balance with live streaming video content. You know, we talked about it a bit deeper yesterday's video. And if I can find a good balance, I'm excited because I would love to do more live content for you guys that turns into videos. But if I can't find a good balance, then we'll go back to the standard video making system of, you know, just cutting, editing, and reading out comments in like this manner. But anyway, guys, those are my 20 games. As I said, finished 17-3 after the 20 games were done. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.